What's up, everybody? It's Mary Z. I'm back with more voice hacks. I try to answer a lot of the questions that you leave for me on YouTube and also a lot of the questions that you give me in lessons. One of the most common questions I get after someone learns how to do harsh vocals is, what do I do next? So stick with me today and we're going to talk about how you can maintain your harsh vocals and also how you can start looking for gigs and how you want to put yourself out there once you've developed some of these vocal skills. Let's check it out in today's tutorial. All right, everybody. So what do you do once you've gone through and you've taken your time to learn all these skills, all these vocal skills? You can do these harsh vocals now. What do you do with it? Well, if you're a person who can do more than one style of vocals, you can have a lot of different applications for your harsh vocals. So number one, you might have along your screaming journey, your harsh vocal learning journey, discovered that you need a lot of cardiovascular capacity and energy and ability to be able to perform a full set of harsh vocals with a band, for example. So if you've learned your harsh vocals and you're not physically up to that level, it might be a good time to start working on that, especially right now during coronavirus time. Maybe a couple years from now, if you're watching this video, it won't be the case, knock on wood. Take your time to work yourself up to the stamina of a full set for a band. Whatever kind of extreme vocals you're doing, whether it's voice with grit or fry or false chord, you want to prepare a set. And if you don't have a band yet, create a set of covers, okay? About a 45-minute set. And you want to go through the process that I lay out in one of my tour prep videos. And you don't do it by attempting to do the whole set all the way through right away. There's a method to it where you build it up song by song slowly. Along with that, you're probably going to have to start exercising more regularly if that's already not part of your routine from having learned harsh vocals. But no matter who we are, it takes a little bit of cardiovascular stamina to withstand the movement, the heat, the energy, and the air capacity to do these things. The next thing people ask me about in relation to this question, especially a lot in lessons, is how do I get gigs? What do I even do with this now? Well, thankfully, you guys are living in a time where harsh vocals are, number one, a little bit more common than they used to be. It's not as weird as it used to be. So there's a lot more people out there that would be looking for these type of vocals in a band. And we also are living in a world where music is moving into the virtual environment. What's really great is even if you live in the middle of nowhere, if you've got some good internet, you can create an online presence and you can learn to make some nice videos. So your next step as a musician, almost obligatory, you almost have to, is to start creating some videos, some YouTube stuff. Now, some of you guys say to me, well, I don't have any ambitions to become an actual YouTuber. That's not actually necessarily the point. Your YouTube videos could have maybe 500 views on them, but you want to create a space that has an online resume of the things that you can do. You want to open yourself up for digital collaboration opportunities. You want to have stuff ready to go if you see an audition opportunity. If you have videos and material ready to go that you can just send to people when you see an audition opportunity, nothing's easier than just clicking on a YouTube link. Why am I so heavy about the YouTube instead of SoundCloud for someone who's a rock or a metal musician? It's because SoundCloud seems to cater and has more tie-in with the success of EDM, pop, and rap musicians. If you are sort of like a scream rapper, that would probably be a place, Scarlord style or some of this trap metal or something. That might be a place for you to do it. You might want to target both. So if you're going to target SoundCloud, also do YouTube, even if you're not a straight up metal artist. It does help to have a visual. If you have a look that you've been putting together and you've been wanting to use for a band, YouTube is kind of the place to start rolling that out. So YouTube allows you not only to present your sound, but your image as well. It answers a lot of questions for people looking for vocalists. And YouTube covers are good for searchability. People can find you. People often search when they're looking for a vocalist for covers of the vocalist that they wish that they had, or covers in the genre or the vocal style that they're looking for. So if they find your Shadow of Intent cover because that's the type of vocalist that they want, it still led them to you. Your videos don't need to be going viral for you to come up in searches for specific styles and genres. So you should definitely do content in the style or the genre that you plan to get gigs in, that you'd like to work in, or that you'd like to be in bands in. Another weird area that some of my harsh vocalists actually end up tackling, and some of this can be on YouTube as well, is putting together a voice acting reel. Harsh vocals are actually really, really useful in video games, characters, cartoons, animation, zombie type sounds, monster sounds. If you find a way to apply it to voice acting or character acting, you could actually put together a reel, and then that also is part of your resume as your acting reel, which you can do without music with your voice as well. That could lead you to some gigs. After you learn your harsh vocals, the two main things are maintaining them physically, practicing regularly, making sure you're in shape, working up to that physical stamina of a full tour set and keeping it there. We also have to start creating our resume, start developing our covers, start doing collaborations with people. If you're not out there, you kind of don't exist as a musician anymore. And it's really tough to say that because some people are a little resistant of the digital era. But if you expect to actually do some things with your music, you do need to put yourself out there. If you find that you've learned harsh vocals and you're having trouble maintaining them, you can always keep going to lessons. You don't have to go as often as when you were learning things, but booking a lesson with your favorite vocal coach just to maintain your stamina or keep possibly developing your technique. I've been doing vocals and teaching people for a long time now, and I still feel like there's always something I could learn. So it never hurts to take a few lessons before a tour and just kind of brush things up. You want to maintain and continue your education. You don't ever want to assume that you know everything. With vocals, it's finished, not perfect. We're going to get better and better the more years we spend doing this. So you may find that that's a part of your continuing adventure after you learn your harsh vocals. Thanks, everybody. I hope this gives you an idea of what to do and where to go next once you've learned your harsh vocals. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Email me at voicehacks@gmail.com if you're looking for voice lessons on Zoom. Thanks, everybody, and I hope to see you soon in another tutorial.